Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a dish I have never made before and I'm very intrigued by it, so I'm looking forward to this. It's elotes, which is a Mexican street corn. So I started with 4 ears of corn. We have some cotija cheese. I got it from the Mexican grocer, some butter, milk, cayenne. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to boil some water. Once I started boiling this water, I put a cup and a half of milk and 1 stick of butter in here, and I just let it come up to like a simmer. And then I put my 4 ears of corn in, and I let that cook for about, I would say, right around 20-30 minutes or so. It wasn't at a rolling boil. I had it turned down to about 6, just letting it simmer. So our corn is done, and I have these little skewers that I use to make kebabs and stuff like that. They're like these really thick, hard wooden skewers. And I just took two and broke them in half. So this corn is really hot. Like it literally just come out of the water. So you just want to take these sticks and stick those down in the ears of corn. Now, I'm sure this step, you don't have to do this. It just makes it easier to kind of, so your hands don't get all dirty. But it worked out really good, and they were really easy to handle because, the corn is really hot. So just make sure that you use some tongs to do that. So once you get all these skewers in, I think I had a little extra, but I would say 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise is probably good for this recipe, and I have chopped up about 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. So you just want to take your corn and put the mayonnaise on it like this and just spread it, not too thick, but just enough to cover the corn. And the whole time I was doing this, I was thinking, I have never in my life put mayonnaise on corn, and I was just so curious how this was going to taste or if I was going to like it. But I always hear people talking about this corn and how delicious it is. So, about a week or two ago, I made sure to go by the Mexican grocer and just try to be as authentic as I could. So this cheese, this cotija cheese, it's kind of like a Parmesan, but it seems a little more moist, maybe a tad bit saltier. It's very similar, very similar. So I'm sure if you don't have to go out and make a special trip just to get this cheese, I think it would work great, just as great with Parmesan cheese. So you just want to sprinkle that over the mayonnaise and kind of roll it around. And then take some Parkay margarine and just put you a squirt across the top. And I'm using cayenne pepper for these couple I'm doing. And it's not hot, so I was pretty generous with the cayenne. And then I took just, a couple of sprinkles of the cilantro and put on top. I didn't know how the corn was going to taste, but I knew it looked beautiful. So I had high hopes that it was going to taste really, really good. So there's also this stuff called Tajin, and it is like dried chili peppers and salt and like a dehydrated lime. It's very strong lime taste. So if you don't like that, you could probably just use the cayenne. But I did 2 ears in that and just 2 ears in the cayenne. But I liked it. It's very strong. But I thought the corn looked so beautiful, and I couldn't wait to take a bite of this corn, okay? So on a couple of those ears, I put cayenne and the seasoning because I just thought it would be good. So I'm going to take a bite of this corn, and I was very nervous, only because of the mayonnaise, because I don't eat lot. I use mayonnaise a lot in cooking, but on a sandwich, I don't put heavy, heavy mayonnaise on it. But I took a bite of this corn, and y'all, I believe this is probably one of the best corns I have ever tasted in my life. It was absolutely amazing. I hope you guys can try this. If you've had it, you know how good it is. If you haven't, just take my word for it that this corn is delicious. And I would like to thank my friend Daisy, who sent me a video on how she makes hers. And I think boiling the corn with the milk and the butter, I think that made it taste so much better instead of grilling it, because that might have dried it out. But it was so good. But thank you guys. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you guys make some. And thank you again, Daisy.